We're just arriving at the Imperial War Museum Duxford, home of Europe's largest air museum, located 8 nautical miles south of Cambridge in the United Kingdom. I'm going to fly the P-38 Lightning World War II aircraft through a display inspired by a real-world P-38 pilot, Steve Hinton. But first, look at this car and look at that license plate. Yes, this is a Corvette C8 in a flight simulator. It is pretty poor in terms of being a car. It sounded awful, it drives awfully, but it looks great. Talking of looking great, this scenery is freeware, available on flightsim.to, and you can now download a pack that includes people, so you have that full immersion into the airshow experience. And whilst I remember, I've been accepted to display the Hawk solo in the Wings Over the Web airshow on the 22nd of May. If you're interested in that, or you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like or subscribe. Let's go flying. Okay, welcome to the cockpit of the P38 Lightning by Flyingiron Simulations. We are taking off no flap, around about 100 knots, pitch nose up, about 50% on the manifold pressure, gear up. You'll notice there are GoPros around the aircraft throughout the flight, so you'll be able to see all the best bits as we go, and I'll commentate through each manoeuvre. Power comes back to 44 inches as we do a left turn, waiting about 4 or 5 bananas before reversing back around to crowd line. Lovely day here at Duxford. The sun is up, the clouds just adding a bit of depth to it. Thoroughly recommended. We look at those fields. Beautiful English day. Okay, the speed takes care of itself with the light G's coming round the corner, and we're going to go for a loop. Looking to the wingtips to make sure the pitch is nice and straight. Great views back down beneath, and we look over the top to pick up the centre line. Now I'm using anything in between the grass strip and the concrete runway as my reference. Pitching back down, aiming for around 250 feet, then into another loop, this time a 3/4 loop with a quarter turn. So same as before, but as the nose comes down through 45, I'll start a gentle turn away from the crowd line. Great views back through the tail boom. Here we're going to do a hard left turn. We'll fly down the motorway and end up coming in around about 30 degrees inbound crowd centre for a barrel roll. Whilst it's a common manoeuvre, it is quite tricky to get a consistent rate of roll as the aircraft reduces in speed, and it's really important to make sure the nose up pitch matches the nose down pitch, so you end up back at the same level that you started. Here we'll go for a reverse wing over, so I'm rolling left to go right. And we'll pitch it back around, ready for the aileron roll. Very important with the aileron roll in aircraft like this, i.e. low performance, is to pitch up before you do the roll, otherwise you will scare yourself with how close the ground gets. From here we're going to take a 90 right, following this motorway again. Again waiting 3 or 4 bananas before we pitch back around 90 degrees inbound crowd centre. This will be a demonstration of a brake turn and just displaying the underside of the aircraft. Heading into a regular wing over, climbing up so we don't annoy the village beneath too much. Now I'll play this final part of the turn just to ease it off, accelerate up for a high speed pass. Fantastic livery. Loving that grass, you can almost reach out and touch it. From here we're going to brake downwind about 1,000 feet. On the underwing camera, note the dive flap that is extended. Whilst it does provide some drag, it's actually there for pilots to be able to recover from high-speed dives by making sure the CFG maintains within limits. Downwind, gears lowered, aiming for about 150 knots. And seeing the runway underneath the wings is very difficult. As we perch to the left, we'll drop the flaps to full, keeping around about 140 to 150 in this final turn. I'm aiming for the grass strip here, about 100 knots on touchdown. And every good pilot loves to aim for the numbers. And I'm about a couple of meters beyond, but not too bad. Before we finish, I'll remind you again that I am involved in the Wings Over the Web virtual air display where I'll fly the Hawk by Just Flight, and there will be a giveaway. So for one lucky winner, you will get a free copy of the Hawk T1. But if you enjoyed this video and you like this style of content, please don't forget to smudge the like button, even better to subscribe. And I take requests, so chuck in the comments what aircraft you'd like to see displayed. As we taxi back to parking, take about a minute or two, just enjoying the sights and sounds of Duxford and that lovely P38.